Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Mike over at foosfortrading.com. Today I wanted to talk about two of the most recent small cap rippers. And the reason that I want to talk about these stocks is because they're very indicative of the current market environment, especially in the small cap world. Ever since October, the small cap environment has been on fire. I've said in recent videos, the IWM, you can see basically since late August, September has absolutely exploded, and this has transferred into these small cap stocks, showing huge 50 to 100% plus moves intraday on a daily basis. RGSE was the first one that was earlier in the week. Now, before I discuss the trade on this stock, I want to discuss the type of environment that we are in. This has been a long bias environment. This has been a buy first, ask questions later environment. Is that the right thing to do in the long term? Obviously, no, but this is what has worked in the short term. And as day traders, that's all we care about is what is working now. What works today or yesterday may not have worked 4 months ago. It may not have worked a year ago, but it's working now, and that's what matters. So RGSE, to be brief, is a former runner, obviously not a financially sound company, but they had news come out that was pretty irrelevant, and the stock basically moved from 80 cents to as high as 350 at or around that zone within one day. So that's almost a 300% move within one day. You don't see a lot of stocks, that are mid or large cap making those percentage returns, within a single day, and more importantly, trading, almost 60 million shares. It's really pretty incredible. But how do you trade these stocks lately, gang, is you can play that momentum to the upside. As I said, lately this has been a really long bias environment, at least on day one. RGSE had news, and this basically had a perfect F1 after being up, almost 100%. Right at the open, this still ran another 50% to as high as about 324. So this was a perfect example of you playing that momentum into the over-under strategy, which I've discussed in more recent videos, which is a stock that has basically gone parabolic and is peaking at or near a whole number. We usually like to give anywhere between 15 and 30 cents of wiggle room over that whole number to take a short position. So once RGSE basically formed this pretty nice pennant / wedge pattern, and once you flagged below it, you can see we started to consolidate near 3, and this was really the ideal time to get in short. It was above 3. And you can see once we peaked out near 3, then following day we opened up, and this basically faded for the next 2 days, looking at the daily chart, to as low as almost $1.50. So after going from almost 325 guys back to $1.50 within 2 days, you can basically make a 40 to 50% trade to the upside and almost the same to the downside. This is why we really like to teach how to long as well as short at Fous for Trading. Now, RGSE is just one example of what has occurred over the past week of a stock where, once again, you can play the momentum strategy that we teach into the possible short over-under strategy. So another example I want to give is LINU. This was essentially a stock, guys, that is a former runner, ripped on Friday on virtually no news. I wasn't able to find any relevant news, and this stock went from as low as $1 to as high as 320 as well within a single trading day, basically a 200 to 300% return intraday. So you can play that momentum to show you the type of market we're in. Both of these names are low float. The news is pretty irrelevant. The company makes really no money, and they're not financially sound. So it doesn't really matter about fundamentals at all. We are technical friendly to begin with, but fundamentals mean even more so nothing now than ever before. So LINU, once you can see these things peak out, usually near these whole numbers. LINU also picked out near 3. I don't know why I call it LINU. LINU, and peaked out near 3. And then once again, once you've seen the backside of the move in, which is essentially where you see the front side give out and the stock is starting to consolidate for a trend reversal, we had a really nice downtrend after peaking near 3 to as low as the 2s. And this has just been a perfect example, guys, of the types of stocks that have been working lately. We were alerting LINU in chat in the low 1s, and this was as high as 3 Eastern time before even 10:30. So an hour of work, and you're seeing these 100 to 200% moves pretty quick. At that point, once the top is in, you can then start to determine a short position. But this is really what has worked lately, guys. Low floaters, some type of PR or news, and it's just really been a buy first, ask questions later environment. So really looking forward to these names continuing the momentum into next week.